What's up, guys? Will here from SHADOW ASCENT, signing back in. Coming at you with another video today. And, recently I've been kind of feeling like I've been in a little bit of a lull, at least just like mentally. And I think part of it is the summer months coming back around. Where I'm at, it's like super hot all the time. I don't get seasonal depression per se, and I definitely enjoy sunny weather, but it does kind of sometimes feel like a drag and feels tiring. And so when I'm done with a long day at work, I kind of just come home and sit on my couch a lot of times, and I feel like throughout the day I'm thinking about what I want to do after work. What do I want to do when I get home? I'm like, I want to write. I want to help my fiance with wedding planning. I want to make a video. I want to work out and all these things. And then I get home and I'm like, actually, you know what? This couch is looking mighty fine right now. And I kind of just sit my ass on it. And next thing you know, it's like bedtime. So that can create a sense of, or a lack of, I suppose, fulfillment within my, daily routine, what I'm doing throughout a day. Because even though that time is finite, especially like when you work full time, it's hard to have the energy after a long shift to come home and do anything sometimes, but you gotta still take advantage of it. And that's where the discipline comes in. With that being said, I don't think that discipline and that work ethic is always going to just carry you over the top and eliminate any sense of depression whatsoever. Sometimes it's just this wave. Like sometimes you just feel down, you just feel stuck, or like not enough, like you're not good enough, or you can't get something done. Something in life is just not quite right, not aligned. And so I think the one thing I've tried to do in these sort of situations is find good coping mechanisms. I remember the first time I had really faced depression was like actually when I was in high school. And it wasn't, it was just, you're a teenager, you're an adolescent, you're new to the world of like anxiety and the reality that I'm not going to be a kid forever. And I had a situation like a falling out with a girl, all those types of things that happen in high school. My grades were bad, my dad was having some health issues. And so my coping mechanism was baseball during that time, and I used baseball. I played it all the time. I wanted to go play catch. I wanted to watch baseball. I wanted to work out constantly, and I thought that was a very healthy way for me to just be. And every time I would play or go to the batting cages or whatever, I would feel a lot better. And now that I'm older, I don't play baseball. I did when I was in high school, but I think I got to try and work on finding and rekindling those sort of habits, because it doesn't have to be a, training for some big marathon or writing a full book or things like that. But there's got to be some kind of a way to snap out of that mental fog and lull. And just a quick daily journal or a quick little walk or stretching, like doing some yoga. It's these habits that speak volumes, and it's not necessarily to say that those habits are innately going to rid of your depression, but they can at least ease it a little bit. Because like any sensation, depression is there, but oftentimes it ebbs and flows, and it will go away, just like feelings of happiness. And that's what I've come to realize, and what I value in life is peace in my own personal endeavors. I want to feel at peace with the fact that I'm going to have hard days. I'm going to face difficulties, loss, grief, health concerns, suffering. All of it is inevitable. We didn't choose this life, right? With it comes suffering, and we're here. So I think part of it, when those times come around too, is finding a sense of gratitude and for things that you might overlook. Not just for, oh yeah, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my, I don't know, career. It's like little things. I'm grateful that I can wake up in the morning and get out of bed and walk and talk to people and communicate and see and smell and sense and be alive. And I think that is a big component that many people take for granted, is just some little things. To be able to brush your teeth in the morning. You know, these things that you do that you overlook because it's so commonplace. So when you're going through a hard time, I think that is pivotal as well, and really, really acknowledging those things. And also, you obviously have to find a space to talk about it, which is very difficult, especially for a lot of men. Being able to sit with their feelings or their thoughts and feel them, like openly experience them, to have someone to talk to or some way of expressing these emotions and these feelings, right? Like when I have like no one to talk to, or when I don't know how I'm gonna convey a message to someone else, I write it down. Like, even if I have to just scrabble a bunch of shit on my mind to just get it out, let it go. Sometimes that's the most effective way. And when you do that, it does at least feel like a weight lifted off your shoulders. Even if you don't know what it is that's causing you to feel depressed, even if you're just like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I don't know why, I feel stuck, I'm angry, I'm irritable, what's going on? Like, just letting it out is a human reaction, right? But as long as you don't let it build up and you let it out in ugly ways. But you gotta at least accept the fact that you're a human being and you're gonna have that. Loneliness is something that especially we experienced in the modern day and age. And it's ironic because social media has hit the forefront, and you would think, oh, well, we have instant access to anybody in the entire world with the press of a button. That's wild to think about. But you're not actually there with people. You go on Instagram, people are on there for validation, for likes. They're not even posting their real selves. I'm obviously guilty of it myself. If I were to go somewhere and there were like 5 photos taken of me, of course I'm not gonna post the one where I look like I'm looking hella awkward. My one eye is blinking or like off. I have an awkward smile. Like, I'm gonna post the best one. That's what everyone does. No shame in that, but it's so filtered. And I don't, people use it for the dopamine hit of validation. It's the same thing with dating apps. I think it's wild that I've noticed that, back when I was using dating apps like a few years ago, how a lot of it really was just the validation of seeing someone on there and getting a like, getting a message, getting an affirmation from someone. But it wasn't like I was ever planning like, oh yeah, I'm gonna meet this person. Now, some people do, right? Some people do. Everyone uses it differently. I'm not gonna deny that, but in a lot of senses, it just seems to me like it's for this hit of dopamine, and it's kind of making us more content with the idea of going online to communicate with people, to interact. And it's a beautiful thing that we have the ability to do that, but it's a double-edged sword because some people use it as a form of getting complacent socially. Social complacency, right? Yeah, like, it's social complacency, I think, is a big problem nowadays. And I don't want to be that old man yelling at the cloud, but I'm serious, man. Like, it's important to formulate those real connections or get yourself out there in social environments. Yes, you can meet people online. I've met people online. That's perfectly fine. I met my fiance online. So I'm not downplaying the idea that you can meet people and fall in love meeting someone online. However, I don't know. I think it's just too overblown and too relied upon by many people for socialization. it kind of creates this sense of a hermit. You know, everyone's a hermit now. Just want to stay inside and be on their phones. I'm the same way. I'm not going to act like I'm any different, but it's the truth. It's reality. And so I think that's actually hurting more than it's helping. On a weekend, you don't have anything to do. So people drink, play games, go on their phone, because it's easy. You know, like if it's the weekend and you don't have any technology, any electronics, you don't have anything to do. So of course you're going to want to go out. People still obviously go out, but it's like, I don't know, dude. This society is just, it's something else. I think it's a cool thing, to be honest with you. Like, I think the world, it's in a questionable place for sure, but I do think it's a unique time that we live in. I just think that individually and hopefully collectively, we can kind of see where the balance needs to be of, hey, we can take advantage of the fact that we have technology. Obviously, it's kind of a necessity. Like, everyone's online now to some degree, but also good to just not forget our roots. And that's kind of part of the gratitude, to tie it all back in. So, yeah, I mean, as far as loneliness goes, some nights I feel that my fiance's out and about and I'm kind of just at home, or I'm just not really knowing what to do. It can kind of hit. And then, you know, depression, sometimes it's just, it kind of shows up. But to acknowledge it, I think, is a key first step in any regard. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of took something from it. It's not to say that I had like a precise point that I was making. I just kind of wanted to discuss it. So definitely leaving the door open for any comments and anybody who wants to you know, chime in further. But yeah, love you guys. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Will from Shadow Ascent, signing out.